I've had this message for some time, but it's to the southern kingdom of Yehuda. Anyway, this is a message to the southern kingdom. He keeps showing me a visual of who you guys are, dressed in the black and white, and all the rabbis and the teachers of the law and the students of the law. He has, I know I've been giving you guys a hard time, but truly he showed me the love for you first, and then he showed me the wrong things, and then he shows me the love. So it's, he loves you. And each one of you needs to go out to the nations now. Because she's going to be trampled here. And it's time to go out to the nations and to go gather the bride. And the bride, there's 10 to the code. There's 10 virgins to the code of a Jew. There's 10 lost brothers to the code of a Jew to come home. And they'll be asking you, they'll be saying, let us come with you, for we know that God's with you. You need to go gather her for him. It's the same thing as when you went, it's the opposite way this time though. It's interesting, it has to do with Joseph as well, but anyway, it's time to go gather her and shine your light wherever you go, and anybody that accepts it, she's yours. She's part of the kingdom. She's Israel, and she needs to come home. So it's time that you go gather her and kadosh her and purify her and make her ready for the kingdom to come. Yeah, I've been getting this for some time. He showed me first he showed me as a vision of 12 pendulums like this, and they were all flying kind of wacko. And I'm like, what is this, Lord? What is this about? And he basically said that it's my family. And it had to do with the 12 people that were there, but it also had to do with the 12 tribes. And as below, so above. It's like, I don't know how to explain, but there's multiple things going on at the same time. So just like Yeshua had 12 disciples, it's the same as the 12 tribes. Each one has a special gift that you need to put together to make the whole. Anyway, there's an interesting video on that on YouTube. If you put in YouTube bowling ball pendulums, Father showed me that was like the how the family started and how it's going to go through history, and at the end, the 8th day, he showed like from the beginning to the end. It was really interesting. But it started with that and showing me his families, and I would start crying every time I'd hear the number 12. I didn't know why. I'd get emotional. And he'd be like, my family. I'm like, what about your family? I don't understand. And what he was telling me was, as I put my family together, they will swing to my heartbeat. As I start bringing my family together, they will all fall into their places. And they're going to become the temple. They're going to become Israel. But, and it starts with the heart first. Oh boy. I hope I don't lose but it says that the signal is weak. So anyway, it starts with her first. They're coming home. It's the story of the prodigal son. Yehuda doesn't know this story, but the Christians do. But it's about the prodigal son coming home, and Yehuda's our big brother, and there'll be some that won't accept us. There'll be some that just won't accept what's going on, because the next thing I saw was a wedding taking place. And this wedding was inside, some kind of chapel or synagogue or something. And on the right side, and I still see this man once in a while, it's the man that was talking to Nathan, the 15-year-old that died, that had a lot of the similar stuff that I was saying. Yeah, he was in there. On the right side, it was all these, they were dressed in the black and whites, and they were all kind of like, they were all Jews, and they were looking at us like, we have nothing in common with you. It was kind of like, and they're not us, I was watching both of this, and the left side were like Christians, and they were kind of like looking at them like, yeah, you killed Jesus. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, inside there was this wedding taking place, and it was like, I felt like it would have been a black and white wedding many years ago. Okay, that we just, we don't like you. But inside, the Holy Spirit came, the Ruach HaKodesh came, the light came. the light came and they realized it was a wedding. And see, it didn't dawn on me till later. I'm like, what about this wedding? What about this wedding? And because I didn't see a groom or brides, I didn't see a bride or groom. And I realized later, Father's been telling me that the wedding is taking place between the Jew and the Gentile. It's the two trees mirroring through his light, through him. He's marrying the two trees, and those are the two lampstands that you see next to him in the throne. It's the two trees, and he's going to make one. It's something they all know. I think a lot of anyway.